APS presentation?
Okay, so to address the first part of your question, how do you prepare APS report? So
Hmm.
I'm telling you my personal PhD experience. Like APS report preparation was not a headache for me specifically.
Mhm.
So in our lab, we used to had like constant meetings with our supervisor. So it is very
Mhm.
important uh, that you list down sort of, and let's say you are doing a particular experiment today, or you did a particular, even if you're like a computational person, you are kind of doing experiments, right? Like
Mhm.
changing parameters and trying to like get certain meaningful estimates from your model, let's say. So one thing I find it very important is that what I used to do is like I do experiment. At the end of the day, I will write
Mhm.
all of it down. If I didn't get
Mhm.
chance in during the daytime to write it down, I'll just sit and recollect in 10 minutes what all I did in the day, and just note it down. Just simply note it down. And then
Mhm.
maybe it's a good idea to relook at it. But I would suggest
Mhm.
that just at least list it down somewhere,
Mhm.
so that
Mhm.
whenever you want to find out something, why I changed this, why did not I do this, you have an answer. You have already tried those things or not. So it's very important. So in my PhD, I used to do a lot of experiments, let's say, and
Mhm.
many a times in a single day I would have planned 3 4 experiments. So it is
Mhm.
very important to keep track of what you are doing, why you are doing, and what results you obtained. So uh, the way I used to deal with it is like I still have an Excel sheet, year wise, monthly wise, day wise, what I used to do. Certain days, let's say, even if I have not done certain thing, I'll just go and write down there. Okay, today I had a headache, so I couldn't do anything.
Mhm.
I'll just go and write down there so that you get accountability of your time. So
Mhm.
it's very important. And if you do this, you will find that you are always improving day by day. It's not about comparison to anyone. You have to compare yourself with yourself only, whether you are improving day by day or not. So this is the way how I used to judge myself. I used to list down everything. Second very important thing is that try to have regular meetings with your supervisor.
Mhm.
Try to find some time. By this way, you will at least prepare a presentation of your work.
Mhm.
So if you are preparing like a presentation of your work, even a weekly presentation, then making APS presentation becomes very, very easy in that case. So this is the way how I used to do it. So in my PhD, like it's been, I took a lot of time, 7 years, but
Mhm.
during all this time, I do not remember any APS where I was so much worried about writing a report. So I have always
Okay.
written my APS report in a single day, just
Oh,
because,
nice.
yes, in a single day, and
Mhm.
I'll just submit it on time whenever it is required. So it was
Mhm.
not a headache for me, simply because I used to make PowerPoint slides and presentation in a such a way that it is already presentable. And once you have figures, you know what these figures are saying, so only that you have to write, right? So if you have the
Mhm.
result, you need to write what that particular graph is telling. And
Mhm.
obviously, while, and third important thing is that when you make such a presentation, when you make such a PPT, you are already bound to read literature to explain your results. If you don't make PPT, you are never going to read about it. If you look at PPT, your results again and again, you will automatically we have certain questions in your mind, which for which you will try to read the literature and then redesign your future experiments. So this is the way how I used to work, and yes, I feel that it's not a big deal. APS is anyway,
Mhm.
it's not a big deal. You should always remember that you are not going into a job interview, right? That one time
Mhm.
performance will lead you to a job, right?
Mhm.
You are going into a evaluation thing, and you are evaluated constantly. Even if it is not 8 years, your supervisor is evaluating you in every meeting, right? So it's about building self confidence, how you are executing your results. Always remember that you should never work to prepare best APS report or best APS presentation. If you are very dedicated, disciplined in preparing, writing down, noting down your result, you should never be worried about, okay, as if you have to impress somebody. You don't have to impress. You just have to present your results. And of course, you should present negative results also, mainly because certain times if you don't present your negative results, let's say you did 1 year of research and ultimately it's all went wrong. So what do you think? If you don't present, then how do you account for your time? So even that you have to present. You have to present that because the examiner should know that you were not just sitting idle. You were trying certain thing, but maybe it didn't work out, and maybe they will help you uh, in redefining your objectives, or maybe certain methods to achieve those objectives. So obviously you should explain your negative result both to your supervisor and towards the APS.